Ito yung 4-minute introduction to Bermuda. The natural history of Bermuda. Yan si partner. Partner Ben. Hi Ben.
Sending. Siya ng picture sa isang cellphone.
Boss Ben. Ito yung history ng Bermuda. 4-minute introduction to Bermuda.
Ayun.
Wala na, hindi na nagsasalita. Okay, dito tayo. Tingin-tingin tayo ng mga ibon. Ano to? Pipkin Cave. Ayun na, ayun na, ayun na, ayun na. Balik tayo dun. Start na. Ito yung history. Bermuda.
Bermuda, solitary jewel of the Atlantic. 32 degrees, 20 minutes north. 64 degrees, 45 minutes west. Situated in deep water, 700 miles from the nearest land, Bermuda is an isolated oceanic island. Bermuda basks in waters warmed by the Gulf Stream, creating the most northerly coral reefs and mangrove swamps in the world. Average year temperatures range from 65 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Bermuda is a fishhook-shaped chain of islands with a total landmass of about 20 square miles, roughly the size of Manhattan. 66,000 people live in Bermuda, making it one of the most densely populated islands in the world. An ancient and gentle island, shaped by wind and waves over the millennia, today Bermuda is a peaceful and seemingly timeless place. But it hasn't always been so. Let's look back in time. 100 million years ago, the Bermuda volcano was born. 67 million years later, the volcano re-erupted, creating an island towering 3,000 meters above the sea. For millions of years, wind and water beat against the island's volcano, eroding it to sea level. Coral reefs colonized the shallow waters. Some of the coral reef was ground into sand and pushed onto the volcanic platform, forming sand dunes. Over time, rain percolated through the dunes, solidifying them into sandstone, creating caves and freshwater pools. Only those plants and animals capable of flying, swimming, or rafting were able to populate the island. Seeds traveled on the wind, the water, or in the belly of migrant birds, introducing ferns and creating Bermuda's mangrove and cedar forests. During this time, ocean levels rose and fell repeatedly. Unique species evolved, endured for perhaps 100,000 years, only to be submerged or exposed. For a million years, this yo-yo pattern disrupted the evolutionary continuity. In the 1500s, the first humans, Spanish sailors, arrived in Bermuda shipwrecked on the treacherous reefs. For on this Isle of Devils, there were only 2 safe entrances. In 1609, the Sea Venture, captained by Englishman Sir George Somers, was disabled in a storm and ran aground on the doorstep of Bermuda. These English survivors became the first settlers on the island. They lived off bountiful birds, turtles, fish, and hogs. In 20 years, most of Bermuda's natural resources were depleted, and the island could no longer support the population. The introduction of cows, pigs, dogs, cats, and accidentally rats worsened the situation. Cedar forests were burned in a futile attempt to exterminate the rats. Fortunately, the rat population crashed naturally in 1618. Some settlers turned to boat building and trade, replanting the cedar forest the resourceful Bermudians built wooden sailing craft, including the famous Bermuda sloop. People farmed for export, shipping goods to the eastern United States. In the 1950s, the World War II U.S. Naval Air Base is opened up to commercial use, making Bermuda an accessible and popular tourist destination. Today, Bermuda has transformed itself into a service economy, relying on international business and tourism. All of this activity puts tremendous pressure on the natural resources, but the people of Bermuda are working together to preserve the island's rich diversity of life. There are many projects underway. The restoration of Nonsuch Island creates a haven for cows and turtles. The nature reserve at Spittle Pond provides skink and bird habitat. Additional Bermuda biodiversity projects study and protect longtails and coral reefs. At the Bermuda Aquarium, Museum, and Zoo, scientists work to preserve the natural beauty of Bermuda for future generations. We invite you to visit all the exhibits here at the Bermuda Aquarium, Museum, and Zoo, and learn more about the delicate balance of island life.